Okay, so we finally got the trailer for the third Walking Dead show, and it does look pretty good. I'll have a link to it in the description below if you want to watch it yourself, which I'd highly recommend. It definitely has a way different feel than the other two Walking Dead shows. First off, I love the color of the show. I have to say that because I don't like the color of Fear the Walking Dead. If you haven't been watching that show, it has a very gray tone, and it's nothing compared to what this third show is going to be. So we're going to be following a group of survivors that's been surviving basically in a very large community. It's been rumored one of the three communities that form the Commonwealth, or at least make up a big part of it. And it is related to where Rick went, so that is pretty cool. But this is basically what I wanted out of Fear the Walking Dead, was the start of the apocalypse, how things went down, and a struggle to survive. I wanted to know what happened to the government after the walkers took over, after everyone started turning into zombies. And now we have a community that's said to be like 9,000 and like 600 people strong. That's a lot of people, definitely nowhere near the population of America. So clearly this was formed by a coalition of tinier groups coming together, something like that. One of the main characters you see in the very beginning says that her father was the one that formed the community 10 years ago, or at least played a big role in forming it for a specific purpose. I imagine that's going to be a point of contention because no community really has ever been formed that hasn't shed blood, save Alexandria, of course. But this is just incredible to see. There's schools, there's jet planes in the air, so this community has a lot of supplies, which is almost unbelievable that they could get these supplies, but I guess there has to be some good explanation in the show, right? And of course we're going to be getting flashbacks to where the main characters crashed in that plane all those years ago, 10 years ago, and had to survive among the walkers. And I'm sure that's traumatized a lot of characters and is going to affect their decision to go out there and figure out what the world is really like. At the very end of the trailer, you'll see one of the characters vomits because, well, it's kind of showing us that we're going to be getting that story again. Someone's first exposure to a walker. It's very possible these people have never seen a walker, or at least most of them haven't, because it's taken care of so easily when people die in the community. But just like with Fear the Walking Dead, the first season was very promising because there was a lot of stuff going on, but it kind of lost its heading once they left Los Angeles and jumped on a boat. So with this show, my worry is, yeah, it's very good. The first couple episodes, maybe the entire season is going to be exciting because they're going to be deciding to go out there and face the walkers to figure out what the world is really like. But once they're out there, we might get a second Fear the Walking Dead show where they're just going to be encountering evil group after evil group. You know, there's not a lot of things that they can do out there, and this trailer doesn't really suggest what's going to be happening once they're out there. It's all about the journey to get out there. We know they're going to be encountering two other people that seem to have either lived out there or journey out there from time to time. It's clear one of the first places they visit is that airplane again. I'm sure they're very curious about the wreckage, and maybe there's some story or plot element going on there. So all in all, the trailer is really, really good. I'd say it's very promising. I don't know where the direction's going to go after they get out of their community. Will they go back to the community? Will we have drama in that community? Honestly, it's probably the best strategy they can do is mostly focus on how that community is surviving in the zombie apocalypse. That would make a very interesting show. If they venture too far away from that, away from Monument, which is the community's name, then we might not get a very unique show after that. I got a very Stranger Things kind of feel from this trailer, so if you like that TV series, you're going to probably enjoy this show. Of course, we're going to have to see how good the actors are for the main characters, because kid actors are a very hit and miss situation after all. But I'm very hopeful this show is going to be good. I'm very interested in how this is going to relate to Rick Grimes and why he was kidnapped. It wasn't by this community per se, but it was by a community just like this one. And it's kind of crazy if you think about that this community is going to be a part of the Commonwealth, or it already is, and Rick is going to be the leader of that Commonwealth at some point. At least that's what happened in the comic books. And that's just mind-blowing to think of, that he would be in control of all of this, be it for a very short period of time, at least in the comic books. It could be very different in the TV show. It's very possible. But what do you think about this TV show? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be a rehash of other stories already told in The Walking Dead? Whatever your thoughts are, comment below, and make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.